Every evening after work, Luisa walks through the noisy streets of Bogotá, Colombia. She's a school librarian, earning less than $850 a month. Life isn't easy, and prices keep rising. But here's the surprise. Luisa has saved enough money to travel to Lisbon, Portugal next summer. She's not rich, and she doesn't have a second job. Still, she has saved 6 months of living costs, and she's never late paying her bills. How does she do it? Most people think saving money is only for the wealthy. But Luisa proves that's not true. All over the world, people with small paychecks are saving big. They've found smart, creative ways to build a safety net, even in hard times. In this video, we'll look at the surprising habits of people like Luisa. These are not your usual money tips. They're real, modern strategies that actually work for people on a tight budget. The myth of not enough to save. Many people believe they can't save money because they don't earn enough. It sounds reasonable. If your paycheck is small, how can you put anything aside? But the truth is, income level isn't always the biggest problem. The real issue is often how money is used, not how much comes in. In fact, recent studies from the World Bank and IMF 2024 show something surprising. More people with low incomes are finding ways to save than ever before. From street vendors in New York to teachers in the Philippines, people are using creative strategies to build savings, even while living paycheck to paycheck. Experts in behavior and money say that saving isn't just about math. A 2023 study from Cambridge University found that habits and emotions play a bigger role than income. People who save well often build systems around their behavior. They avoid impulsive spending, track every dollar, and focus on small wins. The myth that you need more money to save is outdated. In today's world, with rising costs and uncertain jobs, saving is less about being rich and more about being smart, flexible, and intentional with what you have. 1. The habit you've never heard of. Most people think of budgeting as writing numbers on a page or using a finance app. But some low-income savers use something very different, and it's working. It's called micromapping, and it's not a tech tool. It's a visual, hands-on way to track money with your eyes, not just your mind. In Manila, a delivery worker named Jomar uses colored sticky notes on his wall. Each color stands for something: rent, food, gas, and savings. Every day, he moves the notes around based on what he spends. It helps him see where his money goes. He says it keeps him more honest than any app. A recent study from Stanford University showed that people who use visual money tracking save more than those who just look at numbers. When you map your spending with color or voice notes, you connect with your money emotionally, not just logically. This method works because it feels real. Micromapping helps you slow down and think before spending. It turns money into something you can touch, see, and move, making it easier to control, even if you don't earn much. Sometimes, the best tools aren't digital, they're personal. 2. Emotional anchoring versus willpower. Most people try to save money by using willpower. They tell themselves, don't buy it, or be strong. But willpower fades. It's like trying to hold your breath. Sooner or later, you give in. That's why many low-income savers use something else: emotional anchoring. This means tying your saving goal to a feeling or a strong mental image. It works better than just saying, I should save. For example, in Poland, a woman named Anya wants to start a small sewing business. She saves money by keeping a photo of her dream sewing machine in her wallet. Every time she thinks about spending on something extra, she sees the picture and remembers her goal. It makes her feel excited and focused. Scientists call this an implementation intention. It means if you link your goal to a real emotion or picture, you're more likely to stick with it. Instead of just trying to avoid spending, you give your brain a reward to look forward to. Saving isn't about being strict, it's about being connected to your why. Emotional anchoring helps people on tight budgets stay strong, not by force, but by hope. 3. The invisible income strategy. One smart trick that low-income savers use is called the invisible income strategy. This means they hide a part of their money so they won't be tempted to spend it. It's not about saving big amounts. It's about making money disappear on purpose. In Argentina, a bus driver sends 10% of his paycheck to a separate savings account with no debit card and a 3-day delay to withdraw. He says if the money isn't easy to touch, he won't spend it. A freelancer in Croatia uses an app that locks part of her money for 6 months. She treats it like it doesn't exist. That way, when she checks her bank balance, she doesn't feel rich and overspend. This method works because it removes choice. When the money is invisible, you can't spend it. You don't miss it because you never saw it. In the past, being frugal, spending very little, was seen as boring or something only poor people did. But now, saving money on purpose has become a smart and even trendy lifestyle. This new way of living is called the hyper-frugal hustle. This lifestyle is growing because people want more freedom, not more stuff. The hyper-frugal hustle is about choosing what matters, cutting the rest, and building wealth slowly and wisely. It's not about having less. It's about doing more with less. 4. Reframing low income as a season, not a sentence. People who save money on low income often share one powerful belief. They don't see their situation as permanent. They treat it like a season, not a life sentence. This mindset makes a big difference. Instead of thinking, "I'll always be broke," they think, "This is just for now." That belief helps them stay focused and make smarter choices. Take Mateo, a coffee shop worker in Chile. He earns very little, but he saves 10% of every paycheck.
Why?
Because he's learning to code online and plans to get a better job next year. He calls his low income a training stage, not a trap. Experts call this future pacing. It means you picture where you want to be in the future, and you act like that version of yourself today. When you see your income as temporary, saving becomes part of your plan, not a punishment. 5. Community-driven saving. Saving money doesn't always have to be done alone. In many parts of the world, people are turning to community-driven saving, working together to reach their money goals. In Italy, groups of migrant workers use WhatsApp to run digital saving circles. They cheer each other on, share tips, and remind each other not to spend. On TikTok and Reddit, young people are joining zero-spend challenges and group budgeting plans. It's social, fun, and surprisingly powerful. Why does this work? Because it's easier to stay on track when someone else is watching and supporting you. Community saving adds accountability, encouragement, and shared purpose. Sometimes, the best financial tool is people. People who save on low income don't try to cut everything. Instead, they practice strategic scarcity. They choose what to go without so they can keep what matters most. For example, Nora, a university student in Canada, gave up her Netflix and home Wi-Fi. She uses free internet at the library instead. But she keeps her gym membership because it helps her stay healthy and focused. Her savings have doubled in 6 months. Strategic scarcity is not about suffering. It's about smart trade-offs. A man in India bikes to work every day to save on gas, but he still eats out once a week with friends to enjoy life. This method works because it feels fair. You're not saying no to everything. You're saying yes to what really matters. Saving becomes easier when you make clear choices, not by cutting more, but by cutting smarter. Technology as the new budget coach. Today, saving money is easier thanks to smart technology. Many low-income savers use apps and digital tools that act like personal money coaches. These tools help track spending, set goals, and make saving automatic. Apps like Plum and Capital can move small amounts of money into savings without you even noticing. Some apps round up your purchases and save the spare change. Others give friendly reminders or rewards when you hit your goals. In Thailand, a young remote worker set up a fund system using Zapier. Whenever she texts "I feel broke" to herself, her phone automatically transfers $2 into savings. It's a small amount, but it adds up. These tools make saving feel easy and even fun. They turn good habits into daily routines, and you don't need to be a tech expert to use them. Your phone can now be your budget coach in your pocket. Saving money on a low income may seem impossible, but it's not magic. It's about patterns, not paychecks. People who save well build small, smart habits that repeat over time. They don't rely on luck or wait to earn more. Instead, they use tools that work for them. They plan, stay focused, and forgive themselves when they slip. Remember Luisa, the librarian from Bogotá? She used creative saving tricks, stayed disciplined, and believed her future could be better. Now she's teaching others in her neighborhood how to save too. If you earn a little, you can still save a lot. You just need the right system. Start small, stay steady, and know this: wealth isn't built in a day, It's built in patterns. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel to see more content like this.